All right, just to prepare for manual flight. So our initial test is to make sure that the aircraft is good and solid, that there's no issues during automated flight. So I'm going to do a manual flight initially. I've got my switch switched over to manual. And then I'm going to pick manual flight on here. Some of the things I look for up on the top of the telemetry on the top bar is that my percentages look good for charging, that my connections have good feed, and everything's ready to go here. Let's go ahead and take off. When in manual flight, we start just like we start any other aircraft, just sticks into the corner. But what it's going to do first initially on the Dragonfish is it wants to ask and make sure that it's going to do a pre-flight check. This is an internal electronic check, making sure the aircraft is good to go. We're going to confirm and hit next. We see the aircraft moving around a little bit out here, making sure that all flight controls are feeling good and that the aircraft is pretty solid. I do have an exception here that showed up on my list, which is good, because now I just need to do a quick airspeed calibration. When I come to the airspeed calibration, I'm going to come up to the top right of the screen, hit settings, go to airspeed meter, hit continue, and I'll have to insert my pitot tube. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and install my pitot tube cover. This helps with the calibration, and hit start calibration. It checks and makes sure it's good to go, and then once it's good and confirmed and the calibration is successful, it shows completed. We want to then remove the pitot tube cover for flight. Okay, so once again, we're going to come to the corners after doing that calibration. She's going to go ahead and be ready to start and fly. So it flies like any other drone. Pushing up on the left stick in mode 2 is going to take off the ground. Right and left is going to move it around. Again, what we're doing here in this manual flight is just to make sure and confirming that the aircraft is solid and not going to give us problems for our first flight. What I want to be careful on as we're flying here is to make sure I'm not pushing very hard on the forward stick. Just a little bit, because she'll kind of get moving along. Right and left, make sure it's good to go. Backward is good to go, and our yaw is moving. Once I feel comfortable with that, I'll go ahead and put it back down on the ground. The aircraft will see the ground and assist you on the landing, so it feels like you're not in control. On a good solid surface, it will assist you on that landing in the last 6 feet or so. So if you need to abort that or change where you are, just give it a little throttle, get it back on the ground, and make some adjustments if you need to. Once it's committed to make the landing, let it do its landing.